Thanks and thank you. So Jason Liosantos, thank you. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, it's genuinely an honour for me to share a stage with Jason. We've been moving around each other for a while, but it's nice to work together. And so, yeah, Jason Liosantos, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Steve, very much, and thanks everybody here. Just to resonate with what Patrick said, thanks to Patrick. Oh, by the way, I'm the anti-vaxxer who's got a art gallery down there. Jason here has had his art gallery, and apparently I'm really anti-Semitic as well. But anyway, just to resonate with what Pat said, some people who were my customers came in my shop the other day and said, "Hey, you don't look like a person who'd have a vax." And I said, "Well, look, let me give it an analogy. You're going up Willow now to more, bigger, louder. Whoa! Oh yeah, I can go off. Okay, let's go, man. Let's rock and roll." So I said to these people, "Look, let me answer your question. I won't say about being an anti-vaxxer, but I'll just say if I was going in Willow for lunch like they were, I said to them, if there was a big sign outside, that big, saying before you come in here, if you eat our food and get ill or get sick or die, you can't prosecute us, what would you do? Would you ingest that into your body? And then if you did go inside and said, well, can I ask what's in the ingredients? And they said, no, sorry, we can't tell you. Would you eat their food? But would you put it into your body? So that was my answer to their question, you know, which sort of summed it up in my opinion. Or if you went in Green Life, the health shop, and there was no ingredients on a tin of beans, you'd say, well, I want to see what's in it. So let's stop putting things in our bodies, but that we don't know what's in it. It's ridiculous. Stop it. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. So listen, I want to say a couple of things. I'll speak more down the bottom. Just a couple of things. Get my book, The Emergency Transformation of Human Beings. I wrote that 12 years ago. It was a bit early. It's now very poignant and timely because it talks about what's happening on the planet now. You can go to my website, jasonliosantos.com. Patrick, thanks to Patrick. I want to give a few thanks first. Firstly, I want to say thanks to Dr. Stephen for putting all this on, for this man's tremendous courage over the years, again and again and again. Decades of courage, decades of courage. I knew this guy over 10 years ago when he was talking about this, right? When he was a conspiracy theorist. Hey, you're not so much of a conspiracy theorist now, are you, all you people? Yeah? Not so funny now, is it? As everything's coming out and the truth is coming to the surface. The truth always does come to the surface. You can stop it with one hand like one of those geezers. Then you've got to put another foot on it and another foot on it and another hand on it. But it keeps coming up and it will keep coming up. And the truth always comes out. And what the government is doing now, is it's obvious, is they're basically just having to backtrack, because if they didn't, they would have been seen that they were lying. I mean, it's obvious to say that, but that's all they're doing. They're coming back because otherwise they would have seemed to be carried on the lie. But a boa constrictor does that. Be careful. It lets you breathe a bit and then it squeezes you again. As Dr. Stephen said, don't be complacent. This isn't over. The great digital reset is on its way and we've got to stop it. And the only people that can stop it is you lot, right? So I also want to say to everyone here, there's so much to say, but I just want to say thank you to all of you here, everybody this year. Thank you, bless you. God bless you so much, all of you. I love you. Thank you, because guess what? It's not just Stephen Hopwood, Patrick Henningsen, David Icke, and all the great people who have got shows. Oh, I've got a show as well. My show's called The Outside the Box, who are interviewing people like I have, like Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, Dr. Karima Dej, the producer of Vaxxed, Del Bigtree, these great people, right? It's all those people. It's you. That's what stopped this, right? So I want you all to just look at each other and say, well done. I really mean it. Just look at each other and say, well done. Pat it. Honestly. Yes, yes. Pat yourselves on the back, and I mean it. There's nothing wrong with saying well done. Why? Because all your family thought you were nutcases. That's why. All you nutters, yeah? You anti-vaxxers. Not so funny now, is it? So a message to my family, told you. Anyway, Okay, so what we're in basically is a spiritual battle. I'll talk a bit more down there about it. Tell me when I got to shut up, Steve, because you know I get carried away. We're in a spiritual battle. It's a revolution of consciousness which we're in now. And I hate to say this because a lot of people have died with the COVID, a lot of people have suffered, starved, and it's still going on. It's a disgrace. And these psychopaths who started this on a lie, who knew it was a lie, just like the Blairs who started the government and killed over 1 million people, they need to go to prison. And I'm serious. I'm not getting angry, I'm serious. They need to be held to account. Why? Because at each election or change of president, politician, pope or priest, everything they've previously done is forgiven and forgotten. And that is over now, right? No. And like Patrick said, Dracula hates the light of truth being shone in its face, so it'll do anything to get out of that, you know? So in one sense, I'm glad this COVID thing's happened, because what it is, it's a drastically needed smelling salts for humanity. We needed this. We were just lumping along like lemons, bless us all. We're in a system of debt and fear which keeps us locked in. Fear is very paralytic to consciousness and development. I talk a lot about that in my book, on a spiritual note or on a physical note. It's paralytic to consciousness. Fear is, and it prevents humanity blossoming. And that is why the establishment for thousands of years have used fear to control humanity. And that's what's kept us in our cocoons like crawling caterpillars, sorry to say it, instead of flying butterflies. We are absolute magnificent beings of great, great power and great ability and great consciousness. But fear locks us down. It does. It locks us down, and it's done it for thousands of years. The same type of gang of the most unscrupulous people on the planet always seem to get into power because, like I think Stephen said, Dr. Stephen, or Pat, you have to make those ethical compromises to get up the political ladder. You might start off really well. So thank you all, I want to say that, and thanks for David Icke, UK Column, Patrick Henderson, Dr. Ted Tenpenny, and all these heroes that kept talking about that when they were being banned. I've been banned. Why? For telling the truth. Isn't that amazing, yeah? You get banned for telling the truth. So you are the midwives, everyone out here now. I'm going off on a bit of a tangent. Stop me, Steve, if you need to. There is a birth that wants to take place on the planet now. And it sounds a bit spiritual, but we're in Totnes, so I can talk about it, right? There's a birth that wants to take place on this planet. Something new wants to take place. A new society wants to be born. And when I say a new society, we think this is freedom. This is not freedom. This is a global casino mental asylum which has become normal. It's not freedom. Let's get that straight. I'll tell you what it is, and it's a bitter pill for people to swallow. It's slavery. Yes, there's pockets of symbiosis. I've got a shop down the road. It's beautiful. My customers come in. I sell them paintings. People buy my books. There's a beautiful symbiosis as well of love and caring and sharing on the planet. But basically, it's slavery, and we've got used to it, and we're born into it, and we die in it. We go into school. Most people you see that are wearing masks and doing what they're told, they're not more than little children, and I am as well, little children who have never grown up. I'm not being horrible. We're all like it in a sense. Who have never grown up and who have had their power taken away from the moment they went into that school. They were beautiful stallions, beautiful spirits with tremendous power and tremendous magnificence, and slowly but steadily they said, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. And their spirits and their wills are squashed and stolen. That's what we're seeing, and that's why people do what they do. And bless them, people want to do the right thing, but they want to be seen to do the right thing. Most people wearing masks and having vaccines, they're good people. They just haven't got the time and the effort to put the time in to look under the surface and see what's really going on. Why? When you come home from work, what's the last thing you want to do? You want to just have a drink and watch telly, you know? You don't want to say, hey, I'll tell you about this terrible thing, you know? And it's a bitter pill for people to swallow that they've been tricked for 50 years. Come on, who wants to be told, hey, guess what? You thought you were free. You're a slave. I mean, I'm not being funny. We need to face this. Gurdjieff said years ago, great scholar, if you want to escape from prison, the first thing you must do is see the prison you're in. Or you can't escape. And most people don't want to see it because it's too cruel and too harsh. But people come into my shop and say, I can't face that negativity, Jason. I don't want to see that. Oh, it's depressing. It's not depressing to see the reality of the system in our world. It's liberating, because when you see it, although it's shocking, what it does, it makes you realise why you didn't feel quite right all these years. No one here felt right all these years. Anyone felt right in this system? I'm serious. That's why. But people don't want to face it. So it's very... New societies? That's impossible, Jason. You're looking for utopia. Yes, I am looking for utopia, a better world for humanity. Because we cannot carry on the way we are. And that's why I am glad COVID happened. Because it's a great smelling salts. It's a great pill that we needed to take. A giant boot up the ass for humanity to show us what's going on. And the system that we live in, it sounds negative, but it's not. It's positive. Yippee, if we notice it. It's got its boot on the cervix of that birth that wants to take place. It's got its boot on the cervix of the new system that wants to be born, which you are all a part of it. You're the midwives of the new world that wants to be born. But this system is stopping it, because we're all running around paying bills. The sword of Damocles of debt and fear is above us. So we haven't got time to breathe. We're like caterpillars in a cocoon, not growing into the magnificent creatures we are. We're all brilliant psychics, shamans. The abilities that we've all got are tremendous. I've seen it. I've worked with many people. It's disgraceful, and it's been going on for thousands of years. And there's children that are not yet born yet, who are relying on us now. And there's communities around here, I won't name them here, who are doing great work. I see a couple of them here. Listen, something wants to be born, and our ancestors got us here. Look at how they suffered, the pain that they went through, the struggle that they had to get us here now. And this cabal of psychopaths who are hell-bent on, it's always first power, greed, short-term greed, and slavery and control. It's always that before, wait for it, anyone remember these words? Freedom, happiness, joy, love, time for oneself and one's family. No one sees their family anymore. I don't see my kid, because I'm making money all the time. People don't see their kids, they don't see their wives. So the system turns us on ourselves, and it turns us on each other. It's a disgrace, and we have to face it, and that's why I'm delighted that you lot are facing it. It's very brave. And it's happening now, okay? It's happening now. It is. It's happening now. That birth is taking place right now. And it's like manual override is happening. Normally everything's on automatic pilot. I believe humanity is like a big passenger plane, right? And there's psychopaths, or a ship. There's psychopaths in the bridge, steering, and no one can get through the door, and stop them, yeah? It's just on automatic pilot. It's the same old crap all the time. Whoever gets it, in different wings on the same bird. I'll vote for them, I'll vote for them. It's the same thing tomorrow. Slavery, control, and debt is horrible for people. But now we're moving into manual override. What we're doing is there's a great awakening, there's a great quickening, and that's what this is initiated, the great quickening and the great awakening that we needed. And people might be listening and start thinking, how dare you say I'm not awake, yeah? I'll finish off in a minute, right in the misty. How dare you say I'm not awake, okay? Look, people come in my shop and they say, don't look at anything negative, Jace. And this was like a few years ago, okay? Don't look at anything negative, Jason, What you resist persists. It's all very negative. I've got those same people coming into my shop now, bursting into tears and falling into my arms saying, what are we going to do? Right? And another great one in Totnes. Sorry to run Totnes down, but I love the place. I beautifully love this place. I love it here. Hey, what you resist persists. Anyone heard that? Yes. Yeah. How about what you don't resist persists? If Hitler was coming over the hill here, would you say, what you resist persists? Don't worry about it. I know they funded both sides of the World War, but that's another story. Yeah, and here's a nice one. Everything's happening perfectly. Oh, that's so cozy. No, it's not. And here's the best one of all. Everything's just an illusion, Jason. You don't have to worry about a thing. Oh, really? Well, before you come in my shop, next time, I'll put a drawing pin on the seat, and when you go, ugh, I'll say, hey, take it easy, it's just an illusion, yeah? It's okay. I'll tell you what it is. It's not an illusion. It's a reality that needs drastic healing. That's our situation. It needs drastic healing and action to change it. How do you change it? How do you stop a runaway train? How do you stop a big ship? Well, sometimes it takes a while to turn. But it's happening now. The new birth is taking place, and nothing is going to stop it. Believe me. And I'll elaborate on that when we get down the bottom. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you the solutions. But mostly, you're the solutions. Thank you so much for your courage.
Thank you, Jason.
You're bloody wonderful. Never forget it. You're wonderful.
Thank you. So thank you.